feel so drawn to me. Know the situation far from healthy. Now my hunger mad 'cause I've been away. Think we might have to taste.
They was trying to hold us down, y'all. They was trying to hold us down.
All the benefits. It's just for you, for me, I quit.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Without you, there's no
Happy Tuesday.
opposite.
It's your boy, it's your player, Scallywag Extraordinaire, Ceddy P, here in the building. Hope y'all doing well. Welcome to an all new episode of Keepin It Playa. Man, I hate to be pulling up on y'all so fashionably late. I'm trying to, you know what I mean, log in and everything. And people acting like trying to hold us down. I said, no sir, no sir. We here though. We ain't gonna worry about that. What y'all on, man? How y'all feeling? We are broadcasting live from YouTube and Instagram. Shout out all my peoples on the IG. Shout out all my peoples on the tube. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get nice and breezy out this piece. Yeah, man, we had another busy but productive and fun weekend. So we'll discuss that. We'll tap in, see what y'all been up to, cause I gotta know what my people on. You got to know. You see, I'm rocking one of my favorites, my Booski Satu, aka Sabu. Ooh. What up, Kush? Just let my peoples flow in, let my peoples pull. It's always important. It's very, very important to have your peoples in the building. You gotta let people know what's up. And then, you know what I mean, you do what you do.
When I touch down, express, you seem so distressed. How can I be the one to
But I won't delay. Rhea, what's good? Rhea, welcome to the Playas Circle. Is this your first time? And always wave to your baddies. It's essential. We're broadcasting live. Drew, what's good? We in here kicking it. And as I said, we getting rolling. I like to pace myself when I first pull up, you know what I mean? It's kind of like when you show up to a party. You don't come in there, first thing you do, walk to the dance floor. That ain't how you roll. You out here hitting all this, you know what I mean? Acting all crazy. You don't do that when you first come to a party. You slide in, you see whatever the music is, you slide in, you know what I mean? Dap people up, you know what I mean? Scope, see if there's any potential in the building. That's very important in my personal opinion. You gotta know what's in the building, because that's gonna dictate how long I'm staying. Ain't nothing fresh up in here. I got to go home. But yeah, I like to ease into the show, you know what I mean? But that being said, we gotta acknowledge tonight's title, which will set the tempo for us. But tonight's title is Put Me in the Slam Dunk Contest. I'll bring back All-Star Weekend like MJ. Both of them. Jackson and Jordan. I bring this thing all the way back. They be like, Vinsanity? Drew said, I ain't gonna be in the party long regardless. That's how I be feeling. I'm gonna walk through on my damn, what's my boy name? When I walk through on my when I come through, get that quick walk through, and then I'm out. That rich homie Quan. You can't be in the party long nowadays, man. ASAP Rocky was talking about it, man. They charging too much. Everybody want to be in the section. Ain't nobody on the dance floor. I ain't with it. He said in and out like a robbery. Feel you. And I take it to the house like Trick and Trina. You know what I mean? Let it go, let it go, let it go. That's how I gotta be, man. I'm only here for a good time, not a long time. Let it go, let it go. But that being said, yes, tonight's episode is appropriately titled Put Me in the Slam Dunk Contest. I'll bring back All-Star Weekend like MJ. For those that are fans of the round ball of basketball, this past weekend was All-Star Weekend. If you missed it, you probably aren't the only one. It was mixed reviews. Mixed reviews. Mercer County 5 buff was goody. He said, what's up, brother? Hey, man, this is the day that the Lord has made. I'm here. Switch it up, switch the colors up. Y'all might not can see my mic, but we be switching the colors up a little bit. You know what I mean? Let it alternate for y'all. Let it go, let it go, let it go. That being said, yeah, man, I feel like a lot of people was discussing the underwhelming All-Star Saturday. Some people was talking about All-Star Friday. Now, I've never been an All-Star Friday person. That's the celebrity game. I ain't watching no damn celebrity game because the celebrities, they ain't got no hoop game. The celebrities they be picking. First of all, I don't be knowing half the celebrities. And then the celebrities don't be hooping. Now, they did have that one time they had Asia Wilson in the celebrity game, and Asia was hooping. They used to have Terrell Owens in there. He dunking, you know what I mean? Myles Garrett. I can get down with that, but you got to have a collection, a whole selection. Keys, what's good? Welcome. Shout out all my peoples on IG that's pulling up. We are doing a dual broadcast. So if you in the IG live, make sure you hit that like button, please, for a player. Shout out to my boy Keys. Me and Keys was talking about, and I think Drew, I think you'll appreciate this too. He had posted a clip of the Allen Houston, and it reminded me to inquire about Chris Childs, because the game that he posted was about Allen Houston going crazy against the Lakers, which prompted me to ask, is this the legendary game when Chris Childs put that two-piece on Mamba? Rest in peace to the Mamba. You can La Polita. What's goody? Wave to your baddies, y'all. Always wave to the baddies. But yes, I had to ask. I said, is this the time when Chris Childs put them paws on Kobe Bryant? Not that we trying to disrespect Mamba, but he did catch them hands. That being said, so I'm talking to y'all about how I'm going to, put me in the slam dunk contest, because my goal is to improve All-Star Weekend. I have a multi-tiered system, a multi-tiered plan on how to improve All-Star Weekend. The first thing is, right? Like I said, put me in the game. Let me hit it. Let me play in the slam dunk contest, because I'm going to come with the creativity. You might have to lower the rim, but it's going to be bananas. The second thing is, we got to bring back the All-Star Comedy Special. Shaq used to have that All-Star Comedy Special with all the comedian classics. We need that back, because we ain't got nothing to do. Then we need to have all the journalists that people can't stand, that be having beef with the players. We need them to have a one-on-one sit down with the players. Stephen A. Smith interviewing LeBron. You want to make it a handicap match? Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless interview LeBron. What's the brother name that be hating on people? That nobody like, Jason Whitlock? Have him interview whoever. Then, right? So that's step 2. My third step would be, you gotta have a baddie run event hosted by my bae, preferably Taylor Rooks. Right? Taylor, what's going on? But if Taylor ain't free, Taylor gonna set that shit off, cause she got that aura like Rick James. But if she's busy, which I mean, you the NBA, you in a partnership, so come on, pull up. But if she not free, then you gotta get Roz. Don't sleep on Roz, baby. Don't sleep on Roz. Cause Roz gonna make it do what it do. You gotta have the baddies pull up. Everybody knows, even if you was not able to participate, the baddies pulling up for All-Star Weekend is what made it pop. Cause everybody was trying to get wifed. Now, did they? That ain't my business. But this is gonna get it popping. All-Star Comedy Special. Interview, one-on-one interviews between the haters and the players. Me in the slam dunk contest. Listen, brother, I'ma set it off. I'ma be in the slam dunk contest, the 3-point shootout, because you know I got range. And I'm gonna be in the main event. I'm gonna be in the All-Star game. And I'm international, so I'm playing for the world. I ain't playing for USA. USA been hating on me. I'm playing with Wemby and them, throwing them lobs. And I'm singing the national anthem in this mother. For the land of the free. That's my high voice. Or I'm gonna take it baritone. For the land of the free.
He loves me not. He hugs me like he's leaving for war. He trusts
I'ma kill it.
I could trust him more. Had a feeling when you left the avenue before. You were scheming, double dipping, coming back for more. I was healing, I was dealing.
That's what the NBA needs, baby. ratings, the ratings and viewers will be through the roof. Guaranteed, baby.
Make it right one day, still waiting. Tell me what to do.
Gotta hit him with the baritone. Ba 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 ooh.
Tell me what to do.
That's what makes the ladies swoon.
Promise me there's room for two. Tell me that
Now, I do want to take some time to send our prayers and condolences and acknowledge some really incredibly accomplished and incredibly legendary people that we lost over the past few days. First, I'm gonna celebrate the life of the Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr., who unfortunately lost his life today, or was called to be with the Lord. Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr., and let me say this. Let me just say this. You know, over the years, that's kind of what happens in life. You know that phrase from Batman, it says you either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. And I think that, you know, the longer that we live, especially as flawed people in this life, we're going to do some things that can unfortunately conflict with the persona or the legacy that we want to leave. And make no mistake about it, Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. was a pillar and a force in the civil rights movement. Beyond that, his contributions in America and beyond, and I urge you to do the research, but they are legendary. And quiet is kept. As much as we celebrate, you know, the modern day politicians, without Jesse Jackson, some of the people that you know and love, Cory Booker, but more directly linked to President Obama, really, their impact isn't really possible without the life and the career of Jesse Jackson. And Jesse Jackson's an activist, again, civil rights activist, he's a minister, politician, but a lot of people align him directly with Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, who I believe he was a protege. That's the best way to explain it. But in addition to that, Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. has some of the most legendary, and I don't want to continue to overuse the word, but it's appropriate, but some of his phrases and quotes are really some of the most memorable quotes of all time. The way he spoke, his inflection, but then his quotes of affirmation with "I am somebody," which he would share to motivate and inspire the black community, are to be honored and revered. He's done boycotts against, large companies. His work with the SCLC, all things that are things that are worthy of celebrating. Okay, so I urge y'all to take y'all time. Just do a search I mixed it up. I want to say that I had the chance to see Reverend Jesse Jackson speak. He spoke at my sister's graduation, and it was an honor to witness. But we celebrate Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. We also lost the legendary actor Robert Duvall, another very talented actor, and an actor who's been in some of your favorite movies. You know what I mean? He's been in The Godfather, The Apocalypse, now. You know what I mean? He's been in a number of movies, both recent and old. So I think like the ones I remember him in some of the older content, or excuse me, let me take that back. I remember him in more of the content in which he was an older person. I remember him with the cul-de-sac, all this around the edges. But Robert Duvall is a legend in the acting community, so we celebrate his name. But more closely to me, in the community that I'm in the music business, I want to take time to recognize someone that I didn't know personally, but she happened to make a really, really huge impact on our music community. So, content strategist, DJ, just personality, media personality, Shanae Craig. She's also known as Shanae Curry. She transitioned, moved on after a bout with breast cancer. Quest was good. Shout out everybody that's on the IG wave. But yeah, Shanae was somebody that, from all accounts of the people that came into contact with her, was just somebody that was really dedicated to her craft. She was somebody that was a mover and shaker, you know what I mean, in the industry, and just a beacon of light from all those that acknowledged her. I happened to see an outpouring of love and just celebration of her name. And I just wanted to take the time to honor her. Shout out to DJ Miss Milan, who actually put together a memorial for her in New York. I believe she was a Brooklyn native. So I just wanted to really, really take the time to just show love, and again, from a distance, because I didn't know her personally, but from the people who she's impacted, and them being people that I respect and the way that they spoke of her, really is a testament to the legacy that she had. So we honor her, and we send our condolences and prayers to her family. So, and if you've had any connection or anybody that you lost, we definitely want to celebrate you and show love to them. And we send our condolences out to you as well. Okay. Now, we had a great last episode. We talked about a number of things. We talked about we talked about Cam Newton and the Platonic Friends. Diamante was good. We talked about Cam Newton and his thoughts on the Platonic Friends. We talked about podcast warriors, learn how to get some real perspective in the game. Talk about Kevin Durant now wearing lotion. Kevin Durant, every week is something new. Now he back with the burner accounts. Out here shading his friends. Let me tell y'all something real quick. I just want to really, really emphasize this. Okay? If you going to have burner accounts, if you going to be a person that is considering yourself tech savvy, then damn it, you got to be really tech savvy. Because I feel like, personally, y'all be slacking. And then y'all get hemmed up, caught up. Then what? Then what? It's not a good look. I don't want y'all going out like that. I really don't, being honest. I just hate seeing people's like, oh man, I think I'm making moves out here. And then you get caught, your woman catch you in a lie, or you out here you saying things to the wrong people because you're not staying up on it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I highly recommend. You don't do it at all. I just hate seeing people's like, oh man, I'm making moves out here, man. Just stop. That's just me personally. That's my best recommendation for you. That's all I got right now. Hey, my man, stay good. Thanks for dropping in, man. Appreciate you. If you in the IG live right now, make sure you drop a like on the live, man. Hit that like, man. Share it with your peoples too. Share it, baby. But let's get into the episode. You know, we always like to start out with our bald-headed logic. And so we will do that as we need to. My bad, y'all. I'm talking to my peoples. Now, as I said, let us get into the bald-headed logic of the day. So today's bald-headed logic is sometimes you gotta lean with it, rock with it. I need you to lean with it, rock with it.
Pretty girls wanna ride with a G. VIP everything luxury.
I feel too often that in this new space where we are attempting to do more entrepreneurial endeavors or pursue our purpose, pursue our passion, that we want to do it, but we don't really want to acknowledge these things until we get to an elite level. We're not really willing to talk and tell people about how serious we are with it, and I think that is a huge disservice to us accomplishing our goals. My thing is, if you're trying to get there, not if you're trying, if you are working there, then why are you not letting everybody know? Why are you not acknowledging yourself in that role? Oh well, I'm trying to be. Oh well, yeah, I'm putting some things together. No, you are. I can't say, well, yeah, I'm trying to become a content creator. No, I'm a content creator. I'm a live streamer. I live stream every week. Who am I trying to tell that I'm working on it? No, I am. What my boy Jesse say, I am somebody. There's no reason for me to deny what I am. And I was having a conversation with a client this week, and she was telling me her story, and I couldn't help but, like I said, try to encourage her to step out and really live in her truth as a podcaster and content creator for her particular niche and industry. Ain't no reason not to. We have to live in it, and we gotta do that for a multitude of reasons. You gotta lean in, and the reason that you lean in is because if you don't, what happens is people won't take you seriously. It starts with you. If you're not taking it seriously, how is anybody else going to? You know what I mean? So that's why it's essential that you lean in. It's essential that you take that step and that you speak to yourself and you speak to others as if you are in it, because you are in it. You may have different goals and you may have different levels that you want to reach within it, but doesn't mean that you're not already doing it. You doing it, baby. So act accordingly. That's all I want to see.
What's the deal? We ain't got all night. You said the pleasure's all
It's essential.
mine. Where's the move that we
Jimmy Crawford, what's good? Hey, love when the baddies is in the building. Shout out to all the baddies and the players too. Gotta give the players love. Shout out to everybody that's on the IG that's pulling up. Make sure y'all stay tapped in with your boy. Matter of fact, let me wave to the. But yeah, y'all, I think that it's really, really essential that we start to learn how to lean in. I really want to see that for everyone. Because first of all, it provides direction. It provides, I don't want to say permanence. That's not the word I'm looking for. But it's just affirmation. It's just like, yeah, yo, let's say this truthfully. This is what we're doing. I'm not one day I'm gonna be. No, I am. I do, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. And as you continue to elevate, then you add those accomplishments to the list. But hey, gotta start it now. Because I think realistically, just to close this out, I think the other important thing to understand and to acknowledge is that you're literally fighting for people to believe and to take you seriously in your field. So the first step has got to be, the first step has to be you. So lean in, lean with it, and rock with it. Now, I want to share some new waves that I've been listening to, and then we'll get into a question or two, and then we'll keep this thing rocking. All right. Now, some new waves I've been listening to, and I think I'm gonna put on to start listening to this new record. I've been listening to actually a few things, if I'm being quite honest. I've been listening to that Don Toliver, as I told you. I've been listening to that Jill Scott a little bit more intently, as evidenced by my post earlier today. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out on the Keepin It Playa page. But a new record that has crossed my page is this song Maze by Mia Taylor. And And so I'm gonna hit play on that so y'all can take a listen. Shout out to Mia, young dope artist out of Brooklyn. She's been rolling. I've been telling y'all, as I said, as much as I am a hip hop man, manager of hip hop artists, dope hip hop artists. I love my R&B. I needed the mellow.
Nobody ever gonna mention this. I'm moving you so close. Only one way and no other place to go. No stay. You gon' have to try to find the way. Go through your favorite place. You discover me just like a maze. You're so
Yeah, this definitely was a little smooth vibe. It's a lot of new music out. If I may be honest, if I may be real. But in addition to this record from Mia Taylor, I was listening to a record from We Gotta Show Love to my man Geo Genesis and his two song EP. The song he was listening to, the What Does Your Heart Say? That's a bop as well. And I'm also listening to the new record from Victoria Monet. So if y'all got some new records that y'all have been tapped into, let a brother know. For real. Because I'm always looking for the new bop. Always. I've been seeing some movement with a lot of the new playlist curators. I won't say podcasters, playlist curators, and they're gonna have some new submission opportunities and platforms. So I'm definitely gonna be checking out and continuing to look for new music and look for new records, new waves. You know what I mean? So y'all keep me posted as well. Oh, now my bad. Got reminded. I need to check out this new Brent Faiyaz. Forgive Your Boy. It'll be a lot of music, and I got my own things to focus on. I gotta focus on the Renaissance. The Renaissance is the most important. But I've heard a lot of good things about this Brent Faiyaz icon, so I'm going to listen to it, and I'm gonna get back to you, and we gonna really, you know what I mean, figure out what is going on in the R&B scene. All right. But let's continue on.
Who said this, that? Watch them break like Kit Kats. Keep my name out your mouth. You can't afford that mishap.
Now, getting back to business, I want to quickly get into, I'm not going to go into the question. I'm going to get into the what are you talking about? The What Are You Talking About segments, where of course we go and we highlight some of the things that have been going on social media, and we discuss. And I quickly want to get into something that was really, really circulating and getting a lot of traction, and I just think it's just the nature of the beast, because the artist La Russell, again, shout out to La Russell and his recent success and being signed and joining the Rock Nation team. But he recently was all over social media for a recent interview that he did, in which he was questioned about his thoughts about Lil Wayne. And I think that people were not expecting his answer, so that's really what happened. But basically, what took place was that LaRussell did an interview on The Truth Hurts, and he was asked about the impact of Lil Wayne on him as a teenager. And in his response, he acknowledged that he was a fan, but he basically started to kind of have some, I guess, disdain for Lil Wayne because of the content of his music. He basically stated that he felt like that Lil Wayne had done a lot of negative in terms of the community because of the lyrics and the content. Well, not taking away from his skill, but the majority of his content was featured subjects and themes that, were talking about drugs, misogyny, and violence. Now, this resulted in a lot of pushback, some of which I think is very, very interesting. But basically, some were shunning his ability to have an opinion on it. Some were saying that he hasn't done enough to have this conversation. People always, as soon as you say something that goes against what people feel, it's like, who is this? I don't even know this person, and all this, that, and the third. Last week, y'all was just hyping them up, and now it's like, oh, who is this guy? And that kind of thing. And I feel like we as a culture have to be a little bit more savvy and just a little bit more, I don't want to say intelligent. We just kind of got to be more reasonable with our reactions and responses to the clickbait and to these short edited clips, because they don't give full context to it. You can take what is said and understand that and acknowledge that, but you have to kind of put things into context. But in addition to be able to put things in context, I think the other thing about this is let's have a real conversation and an assessment of what was said, holding him accountable, but also holding ourselves accountable, and recognizing when truth is said and when there is validity to a statement. To have disdain for somebody or to be upset with somebody may be a stretch, but it is fair to recognize that Lil Wayne, in his content and outside of his content, which wasn't mentioned or discussed, is that Lil Wayne he's left a little to be desired in terms of his views on important topics, political topics, race topics, cultural topics. He's left, we could have gotten more from him. That being said, Lil Wayne has never, ever positioned himself as a person that would care about those things, or that he would step in and make statements on those topics. Even in the music, he's just identified himself as a very, very talented rapper. We know a lot of rappers that are talented that don't really speak on subjects of true relevance. And again, let me be the first to say that I think there's multiple ways to do that. You can be a person such as I'm trying to think of somebody. Like I don't even want to use an old person, but you're going to have people like a Common. You're going to have a person like a Mos Def. You're going to have people like Dead Prez, and an older demographic, Chuck D and KRS-One, and so many others that actually speak on relevant political topics in their music. You're also going to have artists. Man, what's good? Always gotta wave to the baddies. Jay, was good. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up on IG. Again, we're doing our dual live stream on both YouTube and Instagram. If you hear, the lovely Mia said, hey, y'all. She said, hey to me first, though. Keep it real. But if you hear on the IG, make sure y'all like the live. Make sure y'all tap into the Playas Circle channel. We love y'all to be a part of the Playas Circle. All the players and the baddies. And if you're on YouTube, make sure y'all subscribe, because we out here making moves. That being said, getting back to the conversation at hand, we're talking about the recent interview of LaRussell and his comments on the legacy of Lil Wayne. And what I'm saying is that there are different ways to have impact on your community in your content. You can speak directly to political and socio-political content topics. You could be a person that is impactful by just promoting positivity or addressing issues of real life. You know what I mean? You know, shout out to artists like Wale and, you know, Kendrick and Cole, where they speak to just the daily challenges of being black in America. There's different ways to do it. Respectfully, while Lil Wayne is talented, I don't think that is something that he's made an emphasis on. And that's a fair, Tice T was good. That's a fair critique. Disdain, which is the word that he used, I think is a little strong. Sometimes you gotta acknowledge what people are good at, and you take it from there. You know what I mean? But to quickly add on to this, I think the thing that LaRussell is going to see, and I'm only speaking from my vantage point, is that you're even more of a success and a high profile artist now, and your words are going to be dissected and broken down, and it's just something that you want to be aware of. Some people say all publicity is good publicity, but if you're a person that considers yourself sensitive, if you're a person that considers yourself to like to be defensive or reactionary to people criticizing you, then you want to be mindful now that when you have a larger platform, which is what he does now. You're signed to Roc Nation, and you're going to be in front of the camera a lot. This is, the way we expect you to take it to the next level. So, just interesting thoughts. But what are y'all thoughts about it? Y'all let me know. Did you think what he said was OD? Did you think he was on point with his comments and critiques of Lil Wayne? Do you even care? Feel free to let me know. Now, moving on to another subject. This is more lighthearted, but there was a recent post going around and a picture of 3 of the lovely sisters and celebrities that are currently out right now. There was a post from All-Star Weekend, and the picture was a picture of R&B singer Coco Jones alongside her fellow singer Ella Mai and the one and only my boo Taylor Rooks. And there was a lot of different commentary on social media about the picture. I think somebody said when the yams meets the mac and the collard green and the egg roll. Somebody else said, when I say bring your friends, this is what I expect. Another person said MVP, Rookie of the Year, and Most Improved Player, if you will. And my reaction to the picture was, God was really showing off. God really be showing off. And we're going to obviously identify the 3 the big three, if you will. But to me, when I see photos like this or gatherings, I love when I pull up. I'm at the music events and in the industry, and you see just the high level of battitude. It's just like my boy C. Lee, my boy Bet Supreme. Shout out my team, Everybody Eats. All the team at Everybody Eats, getting that money. Hey Corey, I heard you about to put the music back out. Inform the streets. But when you see, we're talking about this recent photo of Coco Jones with Ella May and Taylor Rooks. But as I said, when I be out at the music events and you see the high level of fineness, we define it as fast, fine as shit though. When you see that, you just be like, man, yo, God, why are you OD? We know you got the skill. But I love to see it. Make me I want to continue to elevate. I'm at the gym in the morning. Cause when I step in the room and when I see, y'all already know. You got the aura, I got the aura too. Now, shout out to Coco. Respect to Donovan Mitchell. Shout out to Ella May and her relationship with the Parlay Killer, Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
But y'all already know where my heart lies. That's a key staple of being a true player. You cannot be phased every time you see somebody super fine. You gotta identify your core competencies and you gotta stay loyal. I don't care. It's they left and right, but you know me, my loyalty never wanders. It's me and the rooks, the rookie of the year. All it took was one meeting, and I was swooning. I put up a good fight, though. As long as I walk away saying, "Hey, yeah, she is banging," like Michael Jackson, but it's like, "Hey, man, I was throwing the charm too. She hit me high, yeah." I'm acting like Pops in Friday After Next. Yeah, I'm a bad man. And now my peoples that's close to me, some people they be like, yeah, say you know, I can't believe you corny for being able to take that, the meat and have a conversation with the one and only. And then others hating, they be like, say, yo, she married. I get it. But listen, and sometimes the humane player in me, the man of high moral fiber, like, yo, said, she is fine, you did, get to meet her, but she married now, you know what I mean? Let that don't keep flirting and showing your love, cause that man got it hard enough being married to fine shit, as they like to say. I know, I done been to the mountaintop. I know what it's like to have a baddie. There's a lot of pressure. It's like being a number one on a championship contender. You gotta hold it down. You can't show fear when you got you a baddie. So that part of me acknowledges his challenges, respects that man. I'm like, I feel you, brother. Let me not bring no unnecessary attention. But the scallywag in me, when I turn on Amazon Prime and see this woman not only being fine and divine, but with the intellect. That's why the baddies elite to me, because it's not just they just fine. You know what I mean? We got they be having the dynamic abilities. So when I see Taylor Gang on the screen, the scallywag in me, man, I turn into the dream. Like, I don't know that, man. I like Taylor Gang. But shout out to Ella Rooks, shout out Coco Jones, Ella May, all very, very dynamic baddies in their own right. And it's, as I'm telling you, bro, across the board. That's why I meet people be like, yo, say you got a type. Yes, I do. Because I need something beyond the fine. As a man, I want y'all to understand this. I was talking to my brothers earlier. Turn your freaky down. When you turn the freaky down, you can identify things a little bit more clearly. You gonna have vision. You don't have vision when you lead with the freak. You need a woman. When you talking about, we ain't talking about just smash and dash. When we talking about real, you need to be able to look clearly and see both a person for their features as well as their flaws. But more importantly, you gotta see past the fine. If you can't see past the fine, you're gonna be in trouble, my brother. You gonna get caught up. Just like Usher. Just like Usher. Especially if you ain't wrapping it up, which we always advocate here. What my boy Martin say to Will and Bad Boys 2? No, that was Bad Boys 3. Damn, it's a lot of Bad Boys. And Bad Boys 3, you wrap that shit up, man. How you get a bruja pregnant? You wrap that shit up. That's the problem. You know why I need profit too. Red Bull inspired truth. From the day I met sticks, knew that I never lose. RP, yeah, to the goal. You can feel my energy. Radiant when I'm in the booth. Move the same when I'm in the streets. In the lane, yeah, I'm a beast. In the cage on the mental lead. So I need y'all to make sure when you looking for your lady, or when you out and hitting that, you see something fine, do the research. You do the research. You take your time. You know what I mean? And more appropriately, like I said, you don't be head over heels over just the fine. Let your woman be dynamic. You know what I mean? Don't let your woman be a person that's going to be able to compliment you, be equally yoked and all that. Look up equally yoked. Talk to your grandma. Learn something. I digress. Trapped in bed, nightmares couldn't hide it. Trapped in bed, nightmares couldn't fight it. Whoa. Heaven gon' know. Every move I make come from my soul. We move on. Talk to me now and pick up the phone. I was feeling so low. I was just fighting and pushing. I was just plotting out of my humble abode. Thanking the sun for getting the line. So breezy. The baddies been pulling up today. Wave to your baddies, y'all. Glad you pulled up here. Man, well, mixed up a little bit. But yes, shout out to everybody that pulled up. But now, moving on. I quickly wanted to get into the question of the night. And this was a question that was presented to you. And then after that, you know, we gonna kind of wrap that up, B. Wrap it up. Get on out of here so y'all can enjoy the rest of y'all evening. But the question was presented, And it was, do all people, it was really started was do all girls have, but we want to extend it. Do all people have a roster in 2026? Does everybody have a roster? So the question of the night is to y'all, does everybody have a roster? Y'all can answer. I'll give my response. Does everyone have a roster? If I could give my quick assessment, let me say this. My short answer would be yes. Definitely would be yes. And I know you're like, Cedric, how? How is it even possible? No, Cedric, no. It's not. You know. Let me answer that question and how the answer for me would be yes. I think it's a breakdown. Here's how I break it down. Let's start with ladies first. I compare the ladies having a roster to almost like, think about a sports team. Every sports team has a roster. Is the roster what they want it to be all the time? Is the roster a championship contender? Is the roster in need of rebuild? There's different types of rosters, but they all got a roster. Who got the wave? What's good? What's good? What's good? I think everybody is just kind of a natural. I think it's something that is definitely possible. And what I will say is, with the, like I said, with the baddies, is like, baddies don't, and I don't want to speak out of turn. So, you know, feel free to step in and join that conversation. But I feel like baddies are always baddies because of their beauty, because of their visibility. They're always going to have somebody that's interested, somebody that they entertain. May not be somebody that they like, but there's conversation there. And to me, how I put it is this: if you have consistent conversation with somebody to the point where you ain't shut it down, and a lot of times, you know, women seem to act as if they don't understand that somebody is trying to catch their attention. But it's like, yeah, that person will kind of be on your roster. He might be the last man on the roster. He might be the 15th man. But I would put them there. I put a baddie roster can consist of a number of people. It can consist of let's say a baddie is single, right? Well, baddie's single. Baddie's gonna have the guy that she trying to holler at or that she want. We might be moving slow. She gonna have another guy that she entertaining. Kevin Mims was good. She gonna have another person that she entertaining. That until the real one get right. My boy in here, hey Ron, you done messed up? Hey Ron, what's good? IG been popping today. IG, shout out IG for pulling up. Like I said, we on our dual live stream between YouTube and Instagram. So shout out everybody pulling up. Make sure y'all like the live. Come in here, make sure you like that live, baby. But right now, we're currently talking about the question of the night. And the question of the night is, does everyone have a roster? Do both players and baddies all have a roster? So y'all make sure y'all can drop y'all answer in the caption. No, in the comments, excuse me. Excuse your boy. Players fuck up. Do everyone have a roster? And y'all caught me mid-explanation, but I was saying yes. I say women, the baddies. Baddies have a roster, and it's like a sports franchise. Everybody got a roster. Everybody don't have a championship roster. Some people got rebuilding rosters. Some people are tanking, but you got a roster. And so I was explaining what a single baddies roster might look like. Single baddies roster might be the main one whose affection she want, but he playing around. Then the second person, the number 2 is gonna be the person that is just the holding spot. The person that's entertaining until number 1 get it right. After that, you're gonna have a couple of people that just pop in their DMs, the Kobe sliders. They're sliders. They in the DMs. They comment on your thirst traps. You reply back to them. You entertain them occasionally, but some will be bold enough to try to make that move, but it never gets one. That still counts towards your roster. Hey, Aaron said right now the roster's completely open. Potential spots are open, but the front office is not looking to make any moves in the market. We're not trading Giannis. And so, just to finish out the baddies, I think the baddies, like I said, you gotta acknowledge them people at the end of the roster that, you know, it's like, yeah, you talk back to them. You respond. I'm not going to put the people in the, in the general. I'm not going to put them on your jacket. And your DMs is like, yeah, the request. If they in the request, I'm not putting them on your jacket. I got a heart. But if they in your primary and your general and you reply back to them and have a conversation, you gotta count them. Because you ain't shut it down. They in your G League. Aaron crazy. He said the trade deadline is here, but the off season will be when the scouting begins. You gotta get your scouting on. In my heathen days, they were like, when your heathen days? Like last Wednesday, don't be smart. But back in the day, I would say, like, you start early. You start realistically early spring. So that because you want to, if shorties as a player, if shorty make it to the summertime on the market, you're gonna have a lot of competition. You're gonna have a lot. What did I tell y'all about Taylor Rooks, man? It's hard when you gotta deal with fine shit on an open market. Even if she locked in with you, it's hard. So you definitely don't want open market. Cause she got options. He said three. So for me, now let's quickly address the players. Now players don't like to be honest. I'm a player. I'm gonna hold us accountable. Players don't like to be honest. A lot of times, players be like, "Oh yeah," I seen a post where the guy was like, "Oh, single man." It was a reel. Monday he pulling something into his Tuesday he pulling something into his house, something new. Players love to brag about how many ladies he got. First of all, as you get older, you realize that's a headache. You doing all that management, start a business. You worry about you trying to juggle women, putting your body and mind in danger. Man, come to Renaissance. Help me organize and coordinate this schedule. We doing video shoots. You out here playing. Excuse me, y'all. I mean at the table. But so players, they like to lie. They like to talk about how many women they get. Every night is somebody different. This and the third. I ain't impressed. But in addition to that, they like to act like, hey man, for the men, especially, unless you really bringing it to the table, right? Unless you bringing it to the table like that, you got the money, you got all that type of stuff, you got to work. Hey, Aaron said when the players on the roster start to want to be two-way players or assume different roles, say, yeah, you're asking for too much. That's why I think, like, for me, like I said, in a different space now in my life, obviously. But back in that time, I felt like you do need to at least have open tryouts. You know what I mean? To see what skills players have. When I say players, I'm talking about the baddies. Can she be something real? Can she be a number one? Can she get us to the chip conference finals, or is she just for the play-in? Things to think about. Because sometimes you'll be trying to make somebody a star that is not a star. Oh no. Let me tell you something. You gotta know that was what happens way too often with our people. We be too hype, way too hype. But players, a lot of times, like, okay, to me, as I told y'all last episode, if you have something stable, that seems to create more of a aura about you, and then you start getting more opportunities. But we're not even talking about that. We're talking about in a more real space, right? And so when I say a more real space, it's like, all right, you might have a baddie that you really rocking with, right? Now, hopefully you on your Dave Hollister and you on your one woman man, right? If you don't know who Dave Hollister is, type in Dave Hollister, okay? So shout out to all my people that's holding it down. You being loyal, you trying to see what's going on. Then you got the people that I like to say YOB, you on bullshit. Not to be confused with YGB. You gotta believe. YOB, you on bullshit. Shout out to my boy Martin Luther King, who coined the phrase. But that's everybody. You trying to have mad girls, you trying to have me bouncing all this. Oh, I got this shorty here. Alright, yeah, you do that. Again, it's still a roster. Then you got guys that's just like, yo, you Steph Curry. You gonna shoot. Or if you white, Peyton Pritchard. All you do is shoot your shot. Every chance you get. You just throwing up stuff. Some land, some don't. And then the last guys for me, for the players, is what I call is guys that got a wish list. Yes, you would love to have that, but you're not really actively on that. That's just your wish list. You're trying to see if something can happen. You know what I mean? And that's, again, is how realistic is that? So for me, I think to answer the question, even though we took the long route, I think everybody has a roster. How trim your roster is, You know what I mean? How polished it is, that's all dependent on you. But I hate to see when girls, specifically, more so baddies say this, they be like, yo, my phone dry. Your phone dry by choice. Phone dry by choice. And to act like nobody's in there making moves or trying to send you trade offers. That's like when somebody says we're not entertaining, as A.A. said, we're not entertaining offers. Doesn't mean you don't have them. It means you're not entertaining them. It's a difference. Always by choice. And cause I done been on both sides of that. I done been on both sides of the phone. Hey, what boy? Life of Time, what's good? Hey, A-Rod said, what is available might not be what you want. Message. I like to play the music of the artist when they pull up in the show. Let me throw some of that LOT on real quick. Life of Time, if you in here, you can comment if you like. We're currently talking about. I want to play this new record from my boy, the IOU with Coda and CJ. I like this record. I know we've been playing a lot of R&B today, so let's get on some hip hop. But as I was saying, to the question, currently we're wrapping up the question, but the question is, does everyone have a roster? And as I said, A-Ron made a great point. What is available might not be what you want, and then that's where you got to make a decision. Do I try to win and make the play in, or do I wait for the draft? Am I waiting for the draft to see what's new is out here in these streets? They waiting for AJ to dance. Never had endeavor since they begging for dimes and a change. You ain't got sense of yourself. That's why your life in the maze. You spending like half of it just to figure your price for the game. I end up like dice in the rain. I gotta gamble, just know it's fatal by hype in the now. I wanna quickly go to yeah, man. That boy good. I want to quickly. We're gonna do a play and baddie of the week. Now y'all know me. Respectfully, when I do play in the baddie week, it's usually relegated to our culture and our culture alone. But I'm gonna give, in the spirit of All-Star Weekend, I'm going to acknowledge a man of the Caucasus region, a brother of the Caucasus, and the player of the week is Mac McClung. Not by addition, but by subtraction. Mac McClung, NBA player, more known as the Slam Dunk Champion, three times Slam Dunk Champion, and primarily known for his dunking abilities. But he actually declined being in the Slam Dunk contest this year and opted not to go for his fourth. And we watched a Slam Dunk contest that left a lot to be desired. And Mac McClung added fuel to the fire by posting on social media the dunks that he would have put on if he was in the contest. Patty. That's like a baddie showing, here's what I would have wore if I would have went out with you. Savage. Yeah, he did take a pay cut because he could have just got that pay. He just could have. When you go to work, I I don't even want to jinx myself. But it ain't nothing like going to work and you have a slow day. You knew he's gonna breeze by them brothers. Only person that really put up a fight was the brother with the prison braids on San Antonio, and the winner. Prison braids, first of all, should have won, but you was slacking on your pimping on the last dunk. All you had to do was finish that last dunk. Let that be a lesson to y'all, everybody. You gotta finish the job. You gotta bring her. You gotta land the plane, baby. You gotta bring her home. Job ain't finished. That's what Mamba said. Job ain't finished. But him and Keyshawn Johnson, who was the winner from the Miami Heat, who all he was doing, he was dancing. Another thing too, no disrespect to the brother because he brought out E40. He brought out E40, but all that dancing, man, make the dunks pop. You know how people be trying to distract you? It's like, nah, bruh. All that dancing don't take away from that. That dunk was, the first dunk was the best dunk when he hit him with the Karl Malone. Aaron said McClung would have made half of his G League salary in one night. Man, brother, the way I would have pulled up and pieced out that fast. Let me go in here for this hour dunk on these jiggers. Don't say that, Mac McClung. Yeah. Hey, yo. You know I don't trust no caucus. That's why he might be saying that when we ain't paying attention. But I digress. I feel like he's stunning on us by showing us his abilities. The only thing I don't like about Mac McClung, if I'm being honest, Mac McClung is too small, so he never finishes his dunks with power. Like he'll do something wild, but then he'll just like, yeah, or finish it. We need those guys. We need the Aaron Gordon, the Zach LaVine. Aaron Gordon probably like, man, F y'all. Y'all done stunning on me way too many times. Zach LaVine. See, Zach LaVine was every time I get ready to say the best of both worlds, the phrase "best of both worlds," I want to start singing the R. Kelly and Jay-Z song, but hey, man, can't do it. But Zach LaVine was the perfect candidate because he was an NBA player who had NBA skills, but he was from that dunk culture. Like he was doing the dunks that you be seeing them professional dunkers do. And Aaron Gordon, you right. Aaron Gordon just like he got robbed. Primarily I blame Dwayne Wade, but it's just like that. Real quickly, if I could revise, shout out to the shorty that posted this. Man, I hope I saved that video. She basically broke down how to save the dunk contest. You got to get better judges. The judges be on some bull. You got to get better judges. The second part is you got to get real competitors, people that's actually trying to win and have some creativity. They be having people out there that don't have no creativity, and the dunk coaches need to be fired. I'm praying that the dunk coaches ain't them caucus brothers that was hanging around on the sideline, because you ain't dunked the donut. So you better not be the dunk coach. The dude that hey Ron, you're a savage. He said to this day I still comment 9 under Dwayne Wade's post, and that's real. But that's my thing, bro. Them judges, Candace Parker, she was out here being, and you know I don't like the disrespect, but I try to keep it real. I try to keep it real. But getting back to what I was saying, all it takes is some creativity. Realistically, they say theft is the, you know what I mean, is the biggest way to success. Man, man, if they said that I was gonna be in the slam dunk contest, first thing I'm doing is going to YouTube. I'm going to YouTube. I'm looking at all the professional dunk, dunk brothers, the Flight brothers, all of them. Mac McClung. Watch them show that Shaq had on TNT with the people dunking. Whatever fly dunks that ain't never been done in the slam dunk contest that I can actually do, I'm doing. The second thing is, yo, man, y'all gotta work on y'all hand strength. Y'all dropping the ball, can't catch the ball, all that type of stuff. And then stop. Everything can't be off the bounce. All that off the bounce, that's what's killing y'all. Cause you ain't got the hand-eye coordination. That's how you fix this. Yeah, that dude Jordan Kilgannon, all of them. That's all you have to do. And realistically, NBA, that's what I'm saying. The NBA got way too many smart marketing people around them and working for them for this not to pop off. I will bring those guys in as the dunk coaches so that they can get love. The YouTube world can be participating in it, and they're gonna be intrigued because they know that these people actually got some creativity. Yeah, like you need a real dunker. Like the stuff that somebody posted a clip, they said why they had better dunks on NBA Live, on Live 2005. I'm like, they ain't lying. When NBA Live had the slam dunk contest on there, they was like, they got better dunks on there than we've seen in this dunk contest. That's what I'm saying. Through the legs twice would win. You know what I mean? A 540. You just gotta do something. And that's what I'm saying. Keep the basketball in your hand so that you don't be just out here dropping the. Yep. Hey, A-Ron know what's up. Hey, A-Ron, a real one. Throw that shit off the TV. Double East Bay. That's all you gotta do, man. If you did the dunks from NBA Live 2005, you would win the contest. Just do something, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, just have some creativity. These young kids, that's what I'm saying, bro. I say that to my son a lot. I'm like, yo, y'all got all these resources and don't be using them for the right reasons. Like, yo, get on there and research some dunks. I ain't coming to the slam dunk contest without nothing crazy for y'all that y'all ain't seen before. Or I'm bringing back something that was super fire. It's crazy that dunk contest was 10 years ago. The Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon contest. Because if you did those dunks, you would win. But let's not dwell. The baddie of the week. Baddie of the week goes to my hometown hero, as I like to call her. But shout out my girl Jan Sneed, the artist, programmer, curator from Sirius XM and Pandora. Now, just recently, just got a new feature, a new add-on to her plate. Currently accepting submissions and setting up her playlist through the submission process with High Note. And one of the things I feel like is dope in her accepting a new role with High Note. Let me rephrase. She's accepting submissions and giving feedback and potentially playlisting through records by listening through her new role with High Note. And what I would say, the other more important thing that I'm loving about what Jan is doing in the movement is this is something big for me. I love watching this. I've said this to her in my mild flirting, but more so just my cheering on, you know what I mean, of the baddies of the music division. I love to watch I'm calling it a glow up, but they already glowing. You know what I mean? So it's let's call it glow maintenance. But and Aaron, I see your comments about Save All-Star Weekend. We bringing it back. But what I notice, I pay attention to these things, is like you'll see an artist or an executive or a creative take a more active role in being visible. Yes, glow maintenance. Glow maintenance is what we're gonna call it. And these people, specifically the baddies, and I encourage players, especially rap artists, R&B artists, I encourage all y'all to follow this blueprint. You just gotta do it from a player perspective. But baddies have an incredible ability to just start showing up and being present and being fly. And when you see a baddie do it, and Jan is a baddie, when you see them do it, it's like, yo, they styling. It's almost like, the only thing it's comparable to is like when women go through a breakup and they just start taking care of themselves. Like, they get back to loving them on themselves, and you start remembering why they was so fine in the first place. But it's just like they start going to yoga, start cooking, reading. I don't want to make it sound like they dumb, but reading. They start being outside again, and it's like they shedding. You know what I mean? They shedding all of that, and it's just like, yo, players, we gotta do this too in our own way, because players go through things too, and without ODing, but it's like, yo, Jan, and shout out Jan, shout out Alex Isley. I'm seeing her doing it right now recently too. I'm a fan of the Alex. Shout out Alex Vaughn. She's doing it too. And it's like, it's non-rollout, it's non-project related. It's just them saying like, yo, I'm going to be more active. I'm going to be visible out here. And players, yo, you gotta pay attention and do this. You got to start showing yourself in your best light. Get to the gym. Get your reading on. Be outside. Work on your self-maintenance and self-growth. All of these things are things that create presence, and the last thing for players to learn from the baddies, even though sometimes they take it a little too far, but they don't be focused on us. They be focused on themselves. Now me, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna never act like I don't be paying attention to what the baddies is doing. Because acknowledging the baddie energy is always how you grow. Women gonna help you grow, whether it's on purpose or through, you know what I mean, just studying. But they be knowing how to do this, man, and it's something that an element of their existence that men need to get caught up on. Stop living in toxic energy, stop living in toxic activities, and focus on growing self, and document that joint for the world to see. And it means more than just getting to the gym. It's getting your business together, getting your financial literacy and strategy together. These are all things that help you look fly. And if you have a career, especially a creative career, that's the way to get that shit to pop off. Because every time I see Jan on the screen, I'm like, Jan doing that shit. And don't call me talking about saying, oh, why you all on Jan top? Mind your mother business. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to evolve. And I love seeing baddies do it. Jan's peoples, because Jan got a podcast with Miss Milan. Is Miss Milan? It's called Reasonable Dialogue. Miss Milan, Jan, and Jasmine. The third one. They all fly though. But like I'm saying, they be doing it. You know what I mean? I love seeing the women be handling their business. I don't like when they be shitting on us. We need love. But when I see them moving, I be like, let me move. Cause I love that energy. So, and Jan is representative of that. Fully. To the fullest. Cause she from Jersey, so you know it's gonna be like that. So shout out to Jan and the baddie of the week. You know what I mean? Having her inspirational quotes and getting in front of the camera. We love to see it. And if let me stop there because then you're like you said you acting like Drake with Rihanna. Relax. But yeah, so we celebrate. You know we celebrate the baddies here at the Playas Circle. But y'all, let's wrap it up tonight, man. Got big things on the horizon this week. I can share some inside information. Renaissance is working this weekend, so I got to get my rest. Renaissance is working. I love to hear that. I'm going to be outside. I plan on being outside. The Digilog is hosting their 10-year anniversary celebration in New York tomorrow. Hey, Ron, get it. You ain't gotta hate on the opposite sex, man. You gotta opportunity over outrage. We don't have time for that. If y'all learn anything from me this year, opportunity over outrage. Instead of looking at women and trying to hate on what they doing or they trying to better themselves, pay attention to what they doing. Put it in your own. You know what I mean? Put your own spin on it. As my sisters like to say, twist. You twist it. You know what I mean? And that's how you grow. And you putting your work in, they gonna be paying attention to you. Cause you gotta match aura. You can't get no baddie. You can't get no baddie if you want some bull. Don't work like that. But this is the conclusion of our show. This concludes our show tonight. I want to thank everybody for pulling up, especially the IG. Y'all was active tonight. And I love to see that. And but we will be back at it. I might try to pull up on y'all again. I'm still really, like I said, I'm just trying to be as active as possible and really, really elevate and grow. So I will holler at y'all. You know what we do. Keep it blessed. Keep it real. But always keep it playing. We out.